Welcome to day 23. Let's go ahead and start with a nice big deep inhale. We're going to hold at the top and hang out here for a few seconds as we become aware of the space a little bit above the eyes, being present behind the eyes, so not focusing solely ahead. Good, well-rounded awareness, as well as dropping that awareness down, stretching it down to the feet, to the floor, as we now exhale. Keep breathing. Pause at the top, pause at the bottom. So we are trying to actively, intentionally stretch that awareness. Part of what will hinder relaxation is being stuck in the mind. So when we allow that attention to stretch and expand down to the floor, we're also alleviating some of that pressure, some of that stuckness, some of that attachment to the thinking mind, to processing, to planning and coordinating for the future. And go ahead and close the eyes on the exhale. Inhale when you're ready. Keep that awareness behind the eyes and throughout the entire body. Staying engaged with the breath. If the mind gets distracted, that's fine. We do want to focus on that good sense of presence, and we do that using the space behind the eyes. To keep breathing. Why this is important and aids in relaxation is because if we drift off into thoughts, the whatever thoughts we have, the body will react as if they were actually happening or very close to it, which keeps the body from relaxing. Switching the breath and the attention into, you can call it a manual override, helps us to establish a practice, but also, at least in the moment, a sense of calm and a sense of calming. All this to say that when we get used to allowing the mind to drift off, allowing the attention to passively wander, maybe to avoid boredom, not only does it build that habit and has us living passively, but then we forget to prioritize that good time to disengage with the thinking mind, at least, and re-engage with the present moment. And again, if you are struggling to any degree with the thinking, judging, evaluating aspect of the mind, you can always anthropomorphize this part. Imagine them to be, a horse, a monkey, a person, and allowing them to take a few steps in front of you and take a seat. Maybe they can breathe with you. It may not seem like it, but I'm actually having those thoughts right now. So in these instances, for example, I can choose to simply not engage. And I do that by engaging my attention elsewhere, on the breath, on the body, on the space around me. Because I'm the one who chooses what gets priority in terms of my attention. On the other hand, if I want to practice compassion, well, then I can get curious and start to ask this aspect of my mind why it feels the way it feels, or what it wants, what it needs, what it's trying to avoid. And in this way, I can see, I can observe, discover what has been living within me in terms of thought and emotion. Because if we have those thoughts, if we have any kind of thoughts, those are things that we picked up along the way. And it helps us to exercise compassion, healing, curiosity, to get to know our parts. There is one technique we can go over today, and it works a lot like echolocation. So if you think of sonar or a radar, a dolphin or a bat, and how it works is that we speak, a mantra, an affirmation, a phrase, and when we speak it, we're actually listening for two things. One is the part of us that is open, curious, accepting of the mantra, and the other is resistance or disbelief. So if I said something like paying attention to the body and how it reacts, if I said, and you can repeat after me, please, I am healthy, wealthy, and rested. I am healthy, wealthy, and rested. How does the body react to this statement? One more time. I am healthy, wealthy, and rested. Does any part of you get excited? Does any part of you feel neutral? Believe it or not, that can be a good sign because neutrality can be a state of openness. It can be a good first step to accepting. And then, of course, does any part of you fight you, resist you on accepting that you are healthy, that you are wealthy, and that you are rested? And simply observing as if these two sides of you were kind of like toys or sock puppets or two different people. How do they interact with each other? And we can even switch to the second person perspective, which is you. And that sounds like you are healthy, wealthy, and rested. One more time. You are healthy, wealthy, and rested. And we're going to tie this all off with one last perspective point. So now, instead of just speaking it, we're going to ask a question and see what answers the mind brings to you. Simply being open, simply observing, allowing the mind to connect the dots that it needs to in order to make uh, this statement, this question, not only true, but bring you the possibilities of how it becomes true. So you see yourself, you're standing in front of yourself. and you ask, hey, how did you get to be so healthy, wealthy, and rested? How do you respond to that question? What answers naturally arise? So, this is how we use the mind, employ the mind, or say use. This is how we employ the mind as that good servant. At any point, you can use this technique, simply asking a question and asking as if it's already happened. You can consider this your future self. You can consider this, the healed, healthy aspect of yourself. You can ask any question that you like as if it's already happened and you're simply asking how it happened. And simply being open and observant to whatever answers come up. So when you're ready, we can take in one last deep breath. Hold. And on the exhale, go ahead and open your eyes. How did you find today helpful? Something to think about. I'll see you guys tomorrow.